I don't hate realtors. I own a real estate brokerage. I have real estate agents that work for me, but I know that real estate agents are overpaid. And in this video, I'm going to share with you the history of real estate commissions to break down the real reason why realtors are overpaid. And at the end of the video, I'm going to share with you what I decided to do about it. Let's go back to 1913. This is the same year that Henry Ford started production of the Model T. This is also when the National Association of Realtors was formed. Now, this association, they standardized a lot of things about the industry. One of those things was real estate agent commissions. You see, there's typically two real estate agents in every transaction. There's the real estate agent that is helping the people who are listing the home for sale. They want their home sold. And then there's the real estate agent that's working with the buyer. They want to buy a home. This standardized commission structure made it so that the buyer, if you're buying a home, they don't actually pay any commission to any agent. Now, the seller, the person who's trying to sell their home, they pay commission to their agent, and then that agent shares their commission with the agent that helps the person buying the home. In 1920, they actually standardized and set the commission amount to be 2.5% of the home's sales price. And the average home sales price back then was $6,296. So 2.5% of that would be $157.40. So that means both agents would get $78.70. Now, over the years, the National Association of Realtors has changed that standardized commission amount. It has gone from 2.5% of the sales price to 6% of the home's sales price. That's how much you have to pay real estate agents in commissions if you want to sell your home. So that's the history of real estate commissions. But why is that a problem? It has everything to do with what has happened with real estate values and the average annual income in a household. So in 1920, the average annual income for a household was $2,160. That means the real estate commission that was paid on the average sales price of a home was just under 10% of the annual income someone would make. Well, today, specifically in Arizona, the average annual income is about $80,800. And the average sales price for a home in Arizona is $470,500. 6% of that sales price is $28,230. That means the amount of commission that you pay today to sell a home is almost 35% of your annual income. I'm going to drive this point home even further. I'm going to illustrate it with some money. So let's say this represents your household income. We're going to have 10, right? Well, back in the 1920s, the amount of your income that you would pay to a real estate agent was roughly one of these. This isn't that big of a deal because you're not selling a home every single year. It's not like something you have to budget for as part of your annual income. But let's do this example again for today's dollars. This represents your income. How much are you paying to real estate agents to sell your home? That much of your annual income. That's a lot of money. Well, technically, I guess it's only 3.5, so you get to keep that one, I guess. So as a percentage of your annual income, this is how much real estate agents are getting paid today. And remember, the person that is selling your home, that agent, they get half of this. And then the person that is helping somebody buy the home, they get the other half. Whereas in the 1920s, it was roughly just this. And half would go to the person that is helping you sell the home, and the other half is going to the person that is helping somebody buy the home. So that seems like a big deal, a very large jump in the amount of money that is being paid to real estate agents as a percentage of the amount of money you make. But maybe they've earned it. Maybe they work more, maybe they work harder, maybe they do more to ensure your home gets sold, or they have to do more to help you buy a home. Right? Wrong. Let's go back to 1920. If you wanted to work as a real estate agent and you wanted to help somebody buy a home, you had to work tirelessly every single day just to figure out the answer to this question. What homes are for sale? There was no service or dashboard or even list of homes for sale that was readily available to anyone and everyone. They had to research, they had to go through markets, they had to talk to other people who were looking to sell their home day in and day out. And let's go on top of that, if they wanted to help somebody buy a home, travel was very different. Remember, the Model T was just coming off the assembly line, so it's not like everybody had a car, and the cost of gas was kind of a lot back then, so just the cost of traveling was a lot. Getting people in and out of neighborhoods or in and out of different homes to see if they wanted to buy it was also a lot of work. Even the way the paperwork was done, drawing up contracts, so much of that was done by hand. They had to hand write all these things and write multiple copies of them and do this over and over again each time they wanted to make a real estate transaction happen. And those are just a few examples of all the extra work, all the stuff they had to do back then just to get this. But remember, now they're making this. And is the work they're doing more? No. Look, if you're like most people, you found the home that you want to buy on your own. Because we have this thing called the internet. And all you have to do is start searching in a couple of different browsers and a couple of other websites, and you see all kinds of different homes that are available for sale. If you're like most people, you might have already found the home, and the only reason why you're talking to an agent is because you just need help getting into contract. So, all of the homes that are for sale, they're literally available at our fingertips. We can do all of this from anywhere. And traveling has gotten so much easier. Taking people in and out of houses is easier than it was way back then because travel is cheaper and travel is more readily available. Oh, and yeah, the contract thing. Now forms are auto-filled and pre-populated with information, so it just takes a few minutes to put together a contract rather than an entire day. But as I said, even at the beginning of this video, I don't hate real estate agents. I think they're great. And I think all of you should use a real estate agent when purchasing a home. When you're engaging in a contract, specifically a financial contract that has all of these things involved with a home, you're talking about taxes and insurance and liens and counties and title and money being exchanged. You want to work with a professional who knows what they're doing. You want to work with somebody who has your interests in mind instead of their own to protect you, to make sure that things are being negotiated properly on your behalf, to make sure you don't step on any landmines that could potentially ruin the transaction, or worse, legal troubles or litigations. Again, this is a legal binding contract with hundreds of thousands of dollars at stake. You definitely should work with a professional, and a really good one who cares about you, can take all the tools, all the technology, all the things that have changed with our world and make your experience awesome. Real estate agents are great, especially the good ones that put your needs first. But I just don't think the amount of money that's standard is the amount of money that you should pay in real estate commissions. In my house, we have a saying, don't complain, just compete. And that's what I've decided to do about the real estate world as well. Yeah, I'm complaining about the real estate standardized commission structure, but I'm not just gonna complain, I'm gonna compete. And that's why I started a real estate company. And what we do differently is we set a cap on our commission when we're helping somebody buy a home, and any extra we give to the customer to use at closing. So what does that look like? Well, in our hometown of Gilbert, Arizona, the average sales price on a house is $600,000. That means the amount of commission that the buyer's agent, the person that's helping you buy that $600,000 home, they would standardize and typically get $18,000. That's 3%, half of that 6% commission number. Well, I think that $18,000 is too much. So we've set a cap at around $9,000, and we then are going to give the rest back to you at closing. So that means in this scenario, you would get roughly $9,000 at closing to use to pay for taxes, to pay for closing costs, to pay your interest rate down on your mortgage so you can have a lower interest rate throughout the life of your loan. Again, I'm not just complaining, I'm gonna compete. I'm gonna change things to make it better. And we've done the same thing for people who wanna sell their home. We have a completely different compensation structure than what is normal, because again, we believe that amount that's standardized is just too much. So times have changed. A lot has changed in our world, except the real estate commission structure that's standard. So if you're interested in working with a real estate company that has changed with the times, check out the link in the description or go to stewardship.pro and you can learn more about the real estate company we've created and all the changes we've made to make the real estate buying and selling process better for you.